Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while, I am aware, but I decided that today I'm going to show you guys how to make custom Sims 4 tattoos for your Sims on The Sims 4. So I'm showing you how to do it using the DDS file format and using Photoshop, so I should probably load that up. First things first, I'll show you, I have the links for you in the description below, so all you gotta do is just click them. But the first thing that you're gonna need is the texture tools for Adobe Photoshop. You're just gonna download them and install them. There should be like install instructions somewhere for these. Anyway, you're just gonna want to install these and put them into your Photoshop. So you can use the DDS file format because that's what we're gonna be using, guys. The next thing you're going to want is the Sims 4 Studio. I will also link this below. Some of this may be self-explanatory if you already make some custom content for the Sims 4, but if not, I'm just going to go through it all as much as I can remember. So yeah, so make sure that you've got Sims 4 Studio installed, which is this. Also you're going to want to install like the body template for your Sims on Sims 4. You can have girls, boys, children, things like that, whatever. I'll link this below as well so you can grab this. Okay, so what you're going to want to do now that everything has been installed that you need to be installed is go into the Sims 4 Studio and click on to make sure it says create a cast standalone part, or you could add a swatch if you wanted to, but for this we're just going to make a standalone item and click cast once you click the right thing. Okay. So this will load all of the Sims 4 creator sim items, so we'll have to filter it and get what we want. So part type, we can go to tattoos and just decide like any of these. I'll do lower back, sure. We'll grab one of these. I'll go for the black one, just no reason really, it doesn't really matter what one you choose, and then select where you're going to save this. So I will save this as tutorial and hit enter. And then we'll grab this sim. I'm going to put this in full screen mode, just, you know. So this is the tattoo that we are first given. This is not the tattoo that we want. In fact, I'm just going to quickly find some designs that I like for a tattoo. Also, just make sure that it doesn't matter where you decide the tattoo is placed on the screen before, because we can move it around. That's why we've grabbed the template of the Sims body, so we know where we can put it. It'll make sense in a minute, so don't worry if you're confused. I'm just going to get some designs. Okay, so I've came and found some tattoos that I like. If you wanted to, you could design the tattoo yourself, if you're good at that. If you're not good at that, whatever you want. But just for the sake of making this video quick and simple, I'm gonna just grab some pictures. Something important to keep in mind is if you're planning on sharing your tattoos to other people on Tumblr or something, make sure you get the permission of the person that you've used art from if you're not using your own. Since I'm not going to be sharing this, I am just going to grab these and use it for my own personal use. I'm not going to ask the creator, but it's better if you do, basically. So I found these 3 images and I'm gonna make these into tattoos. What you want to keep in mind is that you really want to have just like a white background and the tattoo design be black, just because we're gonna be doing if I can speak, we're gonna be inversing the colors in the image just so we can create the alpha mask. If you don't know what that is, then don't worry, I will explain it to you, but for now try and choose images that have a white background and a black design, or maybe a black background and a white design, because you can always inverse it. And we are going to be Inverse, invert, invert. What? Invert. Well, we're gonna be switching the colours, I can't remember. But see, this background is not completely white. I will have to make sure I make that completely white before I actually do anything. Okay, so now to actually put the tattoos on her, we're going to go to export, and I'm gonna put this as original, and it will save as a DDS image, and it will come up here. Now I'm going to bring this into Photoshop and just load using default sizes, don't have any of this ticked, just copy what I have and then hit OK. And as you will see, this is the design, which doesn't really look like what is on the sim, but that is because this is just the colour of the tattoo that we're seeing right now. If we go into channels and turn off all the colour channels, if I can actually do that, and then I'll hit alpha and then turn off the red, and we can see the actual design is here, which is the alpha channel, which is what actually shows up on the sim. It doesn't matter if you don't understand, because it is so simple and easy to do. All you need to know is that we need to make sure that we change the alpha layer, and the normal layers here is just to work on. It's our base. When we save it, we will make the whole thing black, or we can add colours if you wanted a colourful tattoo, but for me, I usually just use everything as black. So I'm going to first place embedded and find, if I can, here, wherever you've saved the template of the body, I have it here, and then this will come up. You want to make sure that this is scaled correctly to the actual what is it called, just that, this scaled correctly. You just want to make sure it is scaled correctly. And this is where everything shows up. So I'm just going to make the actual tattoo colour like, oh, that did not work. Okay, so we're going to delete that. We don't need it anyway. Now we have this, and basically this shows us the placement of, if we put a design here, it's going to show up on the Sim's like stomach, or here's going to be, if we put the design here, it's going to be on the arm or on the face or on the feet. It is the placement of the tattoo. But again, it's not really important for this layer. We're just using it as a guide. So now we have this. I'm going to grab the first design that I have. I'm going to copy this because it's not fully white. I will show you what I do. So I'm copied the image, and now I'm just going to paste it. So we have the image here. Oh. I'm going to now, I could remove the background, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go image, adjustments, and then levels. So now I'm making the white as white as I can, and I'm going to make the darks as dark as I can, just to help me. Now I'm going to choose where I want this image to go. I think I want this to go, I will do it on her chest, why not? So I'm just rescaling this to where I want it to go. I want it to go here, and I'm just zooming in. So that's where I want the tattoo, and that's the design. For making this a bit clearer, I'm just going to sharpen the image, if I remember how you do this. So I'm going to go to sharpen, smart sharpen, and then, oh, that's a lot sharpened. I'm just going to take this down a notch until I'm happy with the way it looks here. So now I'm just going to hit OK. So now, this is the design, this is the placement, this is our working area. The actual tattoo is not on this layer, it's on a different layer. We're going to have to move some things around, but this is just to help us get things in the right place, the right image, the right colours. It's just to help us. So now that I've got this image, what I'm going to do is Control I, which is also image, adjustments, and invert. The reason I do this is because we're going to be using this and I'm just going to take the select tool. We're going to go onto edit and copy. Now we're going to switch channels and we're going to turn on the alpha channel. This whole channel is black apart from down here, which is the old channel, so we're going to want to make sure that this is all black still. So I'm just going to click off this and get a pen, click on the alpha channel so I can actually edit it and make it all black. Now I'm going to go edit, paste special and paste in place, and this pastes this image here. So it just adds the white so that we can use this as the alpha channel, as the alpha layer, so only this part of what we make will be shown on the sim. Now I'm going to make a new layer. Oh yeah, I'm just going to fill this whole layer in black because that's the colour I want the tattoo. Then I'm going to save as, and I'm going to go to DDS, and I'm going to just name this one and hit save, and then this will come up. Okay, so the settings that you want to have is DXT5 and this interpolated alpha, generate bitmaps, and just make sure that you have all the same settings that I have here. This is the only bit that I edit, so just copy what I have and then hit save. Now we will go back onto our Sims 4 Studio, and this time we're going to click import and we're going to click onto that one that we just made, and as you can see, the tattoo shows up where we placed it on the sim, which is really cool. And now if you wanted to just have one tattoo, you could add a swatch and then replace this tattoo for another design that we have in another place. But I'm not going to do this because like I said, it's for my own personal use, so only one sim is going to be wearing this, so I'm going to give them a few different tattoos that I think I want the sim to have. So I'm going to go back to Photoshop and I'm going to hide this layer, and I'm going to grab another one of my designs and I'm going to copy the image, go into Photoshop, edit and paste, and then we've got the image. I'm just going to crop this down a bit just so we have a little less to work with. And now, oh, I moved the actual black layer, I wasn't on it. And now I'm going to move this to where I want this. I would like this maybe on her arm. So I'm just going to shrink this down. Also a tip, instead of like shrinking something down and it losing its, what's it called now? Oh, I'm not good with remembering things. But so it keeps its original like height and width. And I'll undo this. Press shift as you're rescaling and it will keep the original ratio. And I'm just going to move this onto the arm. I could make it a little bit opaque if I wanted to like see where it's going on the arm. Put that back up. And now I have the design here. What you're going to have to want to do is when you have like designs like this that are very like thin, they can lose a lot of their quality as we shrink it down. So just be aware that thinner designs are a little harder to keep the quality of. So what I'm going to do now, just to try and bring that back, is adjustments, levels, and I'm going to make the darks as dark as I can, again, like this. And I'm going to also sharpen this. Smart sharpen. Here. I'm going to make sure that's a bit down because otherwise it's not going to look that great. And now we have this image. Again, I'm going to do Control I so we can just select it. We just need to select this part, especially if we've already got this part. We don't want to select it all and then press paste in place because we won't get the other layers, so this one. So if you only have one, then I guess you can do Control A and select it all. But since that's not what we're doing, I'm just going to select around this and then go to Edit and Copy. Then I go into Channels. I'm going to make sure I'm off all these layers and I'm on the alpha layer, and I'm clicked the alpha layer. Make sure I am no longer selected, so make sure you deselect. And then I'm going to go to Edit, Paste Special and Paste in Place, and we've got that there too. And now when saving it, make sure, oh, it needs to be on this layer. Make sure that we're on the black background so it keeps the colours that we want. If you wanted it white, a white tattoo design, then, you know, make it white. And you could also like get a bit more creative and actually colour in the tattoo as you want it. So I'm just going to also go save as, and save this as 2 and DDS. All my settings are the same, so I'm just going to click save. And then I'm going to import number 2. And this is what we've got. Especially for arm designs, it's kind of useful to kind of move things around and make it so it's where you want it to be. You can move things around and just make sure that you change the alpha layer as well when you're moving things around. So like if you decide to move it, then what you want to do is go into your alpha layer, and I guess you could move it on your alpha layer if you just wanted to move it a bit to the side. But if you didn't want to do that, then this is so difficult but because you can't see now the template, I guess you could if you got rid of this and then also had one of these like showing, but then it gets a bit complicated. So just make sure if you want to remove it, then paint it black again, move it on your layers and just do it that way, because it's a lot cleaner to do it the way of just like erasing it, moving it on here and then starting again. So I think I want to move this to the other arm actually, just because there's a lot going on that side. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna place it here. I'm gonna go onto my channels though first and get the alpha layer and just paint over this bit and make it go black, because that's not where I want it anymore. I'm now gonna select this layer, edit, copy, channels, go to the alpha layer, deselect everything and paste in place. Oh! Okay, well that did not work the way that I wanted it to. Let me try this again. Did I do something then? I hope not. Let me try that again. Paste in place. Okay, I don't know what happened then. I mustn't have clicked on the right thing. Yeah, now it's there. I'll put the black background back on, turn my layers back on, and save it. I'm going to save it over the top of that second one. So DDS. I'm going to save it over here. Yes. Save. Just wait for that to save. And then I'm going to import it. Number 2. And now it's on this arm. And I'm going to do that. I'm just going to add one more just to help you if you've not grasped it yet. The last one is this little design, so I'm just going to copy the image, and this doesn't look exactly white to me, so I'm going to make sure that I make it white. Oh, we don't need to paste this one in place, we just need to paste it in, and then I'm going to go to image, adjustments and levels. We do this side to make it whiter and this side to make it darker. So we're going to hit OK now, and I'm going to just also cut this out a bit, just so we have less to work with. And now I want this one on the back of the back, why not? So this can go right here, right on the back. I'm just being careful to make sure everything's kept to scale. I'm zooming in. Control plus is zoom in, if you didn't know. And I'm just going to also darken it again, just because I feel like it's lost a bit of the colour. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a sharpen as well. And I'm just going to hit OK. Then Control I or invert, and we've got this, and then we're going to go to select tool and select it, edit, copy, make sure you're on the right layers as well. Then we're going to go to channels, going to turn the alpha channel on, turn this one off. Make sure that we're selected on the alpha channel as well, I think that's what I didn't do last time. And then I'm going to go to edit, paste special and paste in place. It will paste it exactly where we took it from. And then we have this, and that's where I want all the tattoos to be. So I'm going to go back onto this, layers, and you can get rid of all of these layers now, we don't need them anymore. And just get the black layer on, all of them stay on here because this is a separate thing to what we've been doing. So I'm just going to now save it, save as, final, and then we're going to save this, and then I'm going to import, final, and she should have it on her back, and there we go, she has it. And this is her final piece. To change swatch colours, we could create a thumbnail for it if we wanted to. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to keep it as black. The catalogue thumbnail as well we could change. Categories here, we can change who it's for, male or female, female or male. Yeah, we can do both. And yeah, that's about it. We can change this, but I'm not going to, so this is my final piece. I'm not going to add any special thumbnails or anything. It's just going to be this. So now I'm just going to save it because your package has been saved, and we're done. And that's where the package file is going to be. So this is the package file that we have now, which is the file that we need to add to the game. So I'm just going to go to my Sims 4 mods folder. If you haven't added things in before, then it is just in your Electronic Arts, Sims 4 and mods folder. I have all mine categorized because it just helps me in case I get bad CC. And then I'm just going to copy this. Oh, I'm going to copy this and go and paste it in my tattoo tutorial tattoo folder, and then it will be in my game when I upload it up and I can use it on my Sims. So I hope this video has been helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, then please just leave them below and I will answer them. Yeah, I hope that you make some really great designs for your tattoos. That's all. Thanks for watching. Bye.